The 2025 NFL Draft has come and gone, but the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation has only grown more complicated. With four quarterbacks now on the roster, it's a legitimate question. How are they going to manage this surplus of talent as the regular season looms? Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are both still around, for now, but the real intrigue centers on the two rookies, the electrifying Shedeur Sanders and the poised Dillon Gabriel. It's clear that something has to give. From the jump, both of these young signal callers have impressed during minicamps and OTAs. Sanders has showcased the kind of playmaking ability that made him a household name at Colorado, turning heads with his deep ball accuracy and poise in the pocket. Gabriel, on the other hand, has proven himself as a calm and collected pocket passer with the potential to manage an offense at the highest level. After leading Oregon to the college football playoff and putting up 3,857 passing yards and 30 touchdowns in his final college season, it's easy to see why the Browns were eager to bring him in. However, with two established veterans already on the roster, Cleveland faces a tough decision, and that's where Kurt Benkert, former NFL quarterback turned analyst, has thrown a bit of a curveball into the conversation. In a recent post on X, formerly Twitter, Benkert floated a potentially game-changing idea. Dillon Gabriel could be headed to Miami before the start of the regular season. Dolphins' interest in Gabriel, a missed opportunity? It's no secret that the Miami Dolphins are always on the lookout for ways to bolster their quarterback depth. With Tagovailoa's lingering injury concerns and the development of second-year quarterback Quinn Ewers, Miami has been linked to several quarterback options this offseason. According to Benkert, the Dolphins had their eye on Dillon Gabriel during the draft. In fact, they reportedly liked him a ton and were planning to take him just a few picks later in the draft. But, in a twist of fate, the Dolphins traded away that pick, and the Browns snatched him up. Now, with Tua's injury history still a major question mark, the Dolphins might be motivated to shore up their quarterback room with some additional insurance. This presents a unique opportunity for Cleveland to strike a deal with Miami, sending Gabriel south in exchange for valuable assets, whether that's draft capital, a player, or a combination of both. The move would not only free up space on the Browns roster, but would also give Gabriel a fresh start in an offense that's hungry for stability behind center. The Sanders factor, a trade signals big plans for the rookie. If Cleveland were to move Dillon Gabriel, all eyes would inevitably shift to Shedeur Sanders. Despite his surprising fall to the fifth round of the 2025 draft, Sanders still arrived in the NFL with a massive reputation and sky-high expectations. He might not have been the first quarterback off the board, but he carries with him the pedigree of a player capable of making an impact. A trade involving Gabriel would suggest that the Browns are far more committed to Sanders than many might have initially thought. It's one thing to bring in a rookie to compete for a backup job. It's another to trade away a talented player like Gabriel, who was drafted higher and has the stats to back it up. Sanders is proving something behind the scenes in Cleveland's camp. He's not just a camp arm or a developmental project. The Browns see his potential as more than that, perhaps even as the long-term solution at quarterback. A fresh start for Sanders. The big stage awaits for Shedeur Sanders. This could be the opening he needs to prove he's not just a draft day afterthought. In a league where opportunities are fleeting, the chance to step into a more prominent role could be the perfect setup for him to stake his claim in Cleveland's future plans. With veteran leadership from Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett around him, Sanders could develop quickly, facing competition from experienced quarterbacks while being groomed for a starting role. The idea of Sanders becoming the future of Cleveland's quarterback position is not far-fetched. The Browns could see in him the same dynamic playmaking ability that so many scouts raved about during his college career. With his poise under pressure, ability to read defenses, and calm demeanor in big moments, Sanders could quickly emerge as a leader on this roster. What this means for Cleveland's future. A trade of Dillon Gabriel would be a bold move for the Browns, but it would also speak volumes about their vision for the future. It would suggest that Cleveland is willing to invest in Shedeur Sanders as not just a backup but a potential starter, someone who could take the reins in the near future. It's not uncommon for teams to take chances on quarterbacks they believe have the it factor, and the Browns might see that in Sanders. Whether or not Gabriel is traded to Miami remains to be seen, But if it happens, the ripple effects will be felt across the AFC. The Browns will have to weigh the risk of giving up on a player like Gabriel, who had an exceptional college career. But if Sanders continues to impress, the team's future could rest firmly in his hands. For Miami, a potential Gabriel acquisition would be a smart move in securing depth at the quarterback position, especially with Tua's ongoing injury concerns. The Dolphins would be adding a capable player who could step in if needed, which would provide them with a level of security heading into the season.